But that leads to Thursday, which is the biggest trade that I've ever had of trading futures. It was absolutely gorgeous. But as you can see here, this is the trade. I took it over here, so I don't know why it's over here on this side. But all right, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is the first time that you're tuning in, my name is Lewis. As always, I'm just documenting my trading journey. I am not a guru. I am not a teacher, whatever you want to call it. First and foremost, thank you so much for the amount of support we've been getting on the YouTube channel. Growth to 1,000 subscribers has been a grind, but we'll be there very soon. I know that you'll do your part and make it come way faster. First and foremost, make sure you like and comment, subscribe, share with somebody who's also on their trading journey. And if you're a beginner trader, please let me know down in the comments how your trading week has gone, or at least how your journey has gone if you're fairly new. I want to thank Techtronix.com for sponsoring this series. If you're looking for the best quality PC with the best parts in the market, make sure you check out their website. My link is down in the description. They have 1-year warranty and quoting is available. So if you want to get very specific with your build, they'll be able to help you out. And if you've been wondering what Forex broker I use for my FX trades, the link is also down in the description, so make sure you check it out. I use Hero FX. Go and show some love. All right, so this week was the best week that I've had. Honestly, the last 2 weeks have been tremendous for me, not only success but also in development. As you saw last week, I had a 2% week. This week was even crazier, and I had my biggest trade in futures so far. Yeah, I bet you'll learn a lot in this video from what I went through, so I want to make sure that you stay to the end of this video. I'm telling you, stay to the end, not only to see what the account is currently at, because the account moved a lot this week, but so you can learn from every single mistake that I've made. That's why I have this series. This series is more like a journal documentary for me in the future. If I ever get stuck on a certain thing, I could always go back. If I was going through that type of slump, or I couldn't get a certain week and maybe I got it in the past, I don't know, but I'm using this to learn apart from my journal trades that I journal and my actual physical journal. But yeah, let's get into the charts. I don't want to yap too much. It was a very interesting week, so let's get into it. All right, now that we're in the charts, this is the week that we ended up having. As you can see, it was a total dump of a week, with Wednesday being absolutely amazing, but it's what's expected. Like I said in the last few videos, we've been in a sell model as of now with this market maker sell model. It's been playing out. We had a high of the week on Tuesday, we swapped liquidity Tuesday, and then just sold off for the rest of the week. I don't even want to sit here and yap about nonsense. I literally want to get to the specific days so that you can see what type of week I ended up having this week, because if I haven't said it enough, and I know I have, the amount of confidence that I have is tremendous. I am so confident I'm going to pass this challenge. I know that I am a capable trader. I am not the best trader, I'm not the most disciplined trader, but I know I am definitely capable of passing this funded challenge, and a lot of stuff is going to end up happening very soon. So let's get into the actual days of the week. I'm going to take my drawings, and this is the type of drawings that I have for this week. As you can see, we have a lot of generated buy side liquidity, so I think soon enough later on we'll come back up and take those out, but we also have a lot of ways that we can still go down. So if you're a long-term investor, right now would be the perfect time to start really making sure you have the bag on the side, just waiting for that big crash, because it looks like we're on the move down right now. Like I said, it's just a market maker sell model, so we could turn into a market maker buy model soon enough, or enter a buy program, but as of right now, extremely bearish. This is the weekly profile that we had with a Tuesday high all the way down to Thursday low, and came out a little bit on Friday. But let's head into Monday. All right, so now that I'm back, I wanted to address also why last week's video came out a little bit later, and that's because I injured my back, my lower back. It was a previous injury that I got when I was playing baseball. I was deadlifting for baseball a couple years ago, and I ended up injuring my lower back. That had me out for a couple days, so that's why the video ended up coming out a little bit later. It's just sitting here in this chair was a challenge. My spine would just be too compressed, and I couldn't sit here for too long, so I just decided to rest. I was fed up that whole time. I like to get my work done. I like to stay on top, especially with the amount of progress that we've been making on the YouTube channel. I want to make sure that I keep it going, that snowball effect. Yeah, it was difficult. I'm past it now. It still hurts. I am not 100% yet, but I'm definitely getting there. And if anybody was wondering why I uploaded late, I usually post on Mondays. That is why. But it was an amazing week last week, and I had to literally sit on that footage for a couple days because I couldn't sit and finish the video. So as soon as I was able to endure the pain, I said, man, I gotta finish the video and get it out. So that's what I did. Apart from that, let's get back into the video. So I remember exactly what happened Monday. Monday, we come in, and I know we're still in the sell model. We have these equal highs right here, and even I believe a 1 hour imbalance, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's a 1 hour imbalance right there. It's small, but it was a target that I could have targeted. And I remember coming in, and as you can see right here at 9:30, we manipulated low very fast. Manipulated low, and then I was gonna take a buy. I had these two equal highs as my initial draw, and then I had this up here. So I was initially thinking it was gonna go up, and guess what I did? I froze. lows, didn't take it. And I believe I took a sell or something like that around here. I don't remember. I have the screenshot up. I was up about a couple $100 and then ended up coming down. I think it was this right here. Sell, went up, took me out, and then dropped off, came back up. Not mad at it. It is exactly what happens, but that is what happened on Monday. I've been fixing it. I fixed it during the end of the week. I think Mondays, I don't want to say against trading Mondays, because I believe this past Monday was a no news Monday, so I knew it was going to be kind of either choppy or moving a little weird at least. And I entered with a small contract amount. I think I had like 1 or 2 contracts. Yeah, I saw this move. It happened perfect. It came down. I think it came down into the new week opening gap and then went straight up. It was pretty clear that was manipulation lower. I don't know why I didn't take it. I guess it's because I was looking for a sweep of liquidity lower for it to then go up. But as you can see, we swept below all these lows, at least this low right here, and then manipulated higher. I don't know if maybe it's clear on the lower time frames, like the 5-minute or something like that, but this was the day that I hurt my back. So you can just imagine trading with all that pain. But yeah, we came below these lows, and honestly, I don't know where I would have got in here. There had to be some type of entry, maybe on the 1 minute. I mean, it just straight rose. They didn't even give a retracement or anything like that until later on. I don't know if it swept on that one, but came back up. So maybe this was the retracement that I could have entered on. It was a balanced price range. I knew it was manipulation. I don't know why I hesitated and didn't jump in, and that has been my problem recently that I've been trying to fix. It's just knowing exactly what is going to happen. I see it happening, and then I just freeze instead of just taking a trade then and there, because honestly, I had those initial highs or those relative equal highs in that sell side imbalance as my draw. So let's say I bought somewhere around here, maybe had my stop at this low, and then targeted that the top of that imbalance. As you can see, it was a 4-to-1 trade. I didn't take it. I took a sell, and I ended up losing on that. So it was a Monday, so I didn't really care. I knew that I was gonna make that money back. So let's move on straight to Tuesday. Tuesday, I messed up. Tuesday was my fault. It's annoying because I entered this trade right here. I saw that we came down right before pre-market and then manipulated lower, and we're still being supported by this. I think it was a 4-hour imbalance, if I'm not mistaken. It was a 1-hour imbalance. So we came down and we were still being supported by this 1-hour imbalance. So I took a buy. What happened was I was trading from my house Tuesday because I was in bed rest. I couldn't move. My back was killing me. I mustered up enough courage and strength to get out of bed and put my charts up exactly how you see them right here. Once I got into this trade, I was like, I can't sit in this chair, so I'm just gonna have my screens on from here, and then I'll manage the trade from my phone. If anybody owns a PC, you know that your screens turn off after you don't touch them too much. So what ended up happening was I was on my phone and I was very zoomed in, so all I could see was this high. So I take profit. I think I took 1 contract off here, but I thought this high at the moment was this high. So I left it running, and what did it do? Came all the way down, took me out, and then went straight up, hit the actual target that I was aiming for. Frustrating. And I had an ability, I had a chance. I was up about 1%. I remember exactly, because they went down and then came back up and took that out. But I didn't notice this was a high that it took out. So as you know, the market is going to move from liquidity to liquidity, or from liquidity to an imbalance. So once they took out this buy side liquidity, it was only right that it could come down, take out that sell side, and if it was going to go back up, it was going to be supported by that imbalance. So it killed 2 birds with 1 stone, came down, swept sell side, filled that imbalance once again while being supported by that imbalance, and then went straight up. If I knew that with this move up, because I was also thinking that it was going to go up here to these equal highs. So once it started to come up here, I was like, okay, we got up above the buy side liquidity. So I thought that this was this, and I was like, okay, that is probably the draw on liquidity. Honestly, I thought that even though we were in a sell program, there is a big imbalance up here that I thought would have been targeted. It wasn't targeted, but I was in the winning side of the trade until it reversed on me and came down, took me out, and then went back up. It's frustrating. It happens. I was up about 500 or something like that, which is 1% on the account. Once we got up above this high, and I said to myself, I remember I was like, if I get to 1%, I'm just gonna close the trade. I don't care, because it was coming down a lot. I don't like how it was choppy. It was still Tuesday. We had a lot of news towards the end of the week, so I was fine with just taking that 1% for that day and being done. But what did I do? I got greedy. I messed this up, because if I would have known that this last move up was to take out this sell side liquidity, I would have at least took off a few more contracts there and then let the rest run. And if not, the way I was thinking that day, honestly, I think that I would have took off the whole position after we got to that high, because I think there was an SMT with ES above this high as well. So it's annoying as hell, but that's what happened. So I ended up losing on that position when, well, I won and I lost. So like I said, I took profit above that buy side liquidity, thinking that that was this, but I should have took way more off. Once we got up above and I was up 1%, I should have just closed. But that's what happened on Tuesday. Now Wednesday was an amazing trade. Wednesday was just straight sell-off day. As you can see, we never came back above the daily open, the 1800 open. So you can see right here, we had this big gap. We never came back above here, which is a typical sell day. Never came back up there. So what's next? The 12 o'clock open, which was right here. It never came up above that. So at that point, when I got into the market, I saw that we had taken out sell side liquidity. So I was looking for at least some type of move up. This was the move that we ended up getting. So I got into a couple small trades in here, ended up getting stopped out. And then I said, okay, so if that isn't the draw, then the draw is definitely lower. I had this other level, and then there was an imbalance down here. I believe there was another sell side level as well, and that is what I targeted. So I took a sell position, if I'm not mistaken. I forget what, I think it was on the 1 minute. This was also a day where I was in bed rest, so I mustered enough strength to get out of bed, just turn on my computer, check everything, and yeah, I took it on the 1 minute. I remember because we started chopping, and then I noticed we were being supported by this sell side imbalance right here on the 1 minute. So I took my entry when price came back up into it, and then I had my stop above this order block. So I thought if it does come up to this order block, it should reject just because of how bearish we are with the higher time frame order flow. And yeah, it came down. It was a 6R. This was a very big trade. It ended up getting me back everything that I had lost from Monday, Tuesday, and it was like about 2% trade. So I was up 2% and some change off of this trade, and should have left it running, or at least a one contract run, but I was happy. I'm trying to work on my greediness because I am greedy when it comes to the markets, and I think that's everybody who trades. They just want to get as much money out of the markets as possible. I'm trying to be a little bit more conservative just to pass this trade and this challenge, and then from there I'll work on that greediness or letting contracts run more. I like the way I'm going. I like the process and the progress that I'm making, so I'm not changing anything as of right now. So yeah, I had that big trade Wednesday, crazy win, maybe 2% this trade, above 2% this day. Have the screenshot pop up, but yeah, it was a 6R crazy trade, and I had the ability to get in even higher. I was anticipating some type of move up. The move up was this. When it came up right here at 930, manipulated above that, was supported by this sell side imbalance right here, or it was rejected by this sell side imbalance right here, took out buy side, and I don't know if there was an SMT, but there probably was an SMT, and then just collapsed. Like, as you can see, Wednesday was a very big move, but that leads to Thursday, which is the biggest trade that I've ever had of trading futures. It was absolutely gorgeous, but as you can see here, this is the trade. I took it over here, so I don't know why it's over here on this side, but as you can see, it was a 6.5R, almost a 6.6R. But coming into the market, I noticed that at 930 there was a SMT with ES. That was what I was playing off of. I still thought that for some reason maybe we could reverse since it was Thursday. It didn't reverse until later after I got out. As you can see right here, it did make a crazy move higher, which, you know, if anybody caught that long, that's a crazy long. But and I had that buy side liquidity marked, so it did come back up for that buy side liquidity. I just got my W this day. It was a big win, so I was like, you know, I'm not even gonna mess with it. I'm going to finish today off of this trade and I'm done. But as you can see here, I took a long somewhere around here after the market opened, or I think it was in the pre-market. I think I saw this move here, so once it came down, I think I took another buy somewhere here, and I had my stop right here. Came down, stopped me out, and then I don't know why I knew this sell side imbalance was going to be respected because there's a breaker right here as well. So this is exactly what I saw on this trade. There was a SMT with ES not taking this high, but NQ took it. There's a breaker right here, as you can see, came into the breaker. They didn't even hit the medium threshold and just went off. And there is also a sell side imbalance. That was the perfect entry to get in. Could have got in there and then had your stop above this high, because technically the market has no business coming back up here since this was the stop run and there's an SMT. So if it goes up above this, your trade ID is just wrong completely. There was clear sell side liquidity down here with these two generated sell side as well, and then that higher time frame sell side liquidity. So when it came into that imbalance, I bought and I was in profit for a little bit, and then it started to reject. Once it started to reject, I said, okay, the draw is clearly not up, and I don't know why I took a buy, but like I said, I was thinking it was Thursday, could reverse. A small trade. I lost small just to test out the waters, just to see what was gonna happen. Once that idea was invalidated, I said, okay, I'm gonna flip the switch. It's gonna be straight bearish bias. I had this sell side level as my clear draw on liquidity, and I entered, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I don't remember exactly, it was here. Once price started to come back up, I just took the sell right there throughout these three candles, and I had my stop above this high, and obviously I managed my risk after that. But as you can see, it just ran this whole move down straight to my take profit, and as you can see in the screenshot, it was the biggest trade that I've had in my futures career so far. That's basically it for Thursday. As you can see, it reversed later on in the day, but I was out of the market. I wasn't even looking at that. I was in bed rest with my back hurting. If I'm not mistaken, actually no, I wasn't in bed rest. I didn't even look at the market after it took south side. I was at work. I remember it's the first day I went back to work where I was actually able to walk by myself. So I was like, I'm gonna go to work. I was off on Friday, so went to work that day, got this crazy win, and then even look at the market. I was just trying to get home after that. So that leads into Friday. Now Friday, I messed up. So as you can see, crazy big wins Thursday and Wednesday. Friday, I got caught in this nonsense, and I did something that I want you guys to never do. Never do. For some reason, I did something that I've never done before, and I can't even blame myself because I've never done this, and I just want you to learn from it so that you don't experience that same thing. I entered a trade somewhere around here. I was in profit, then it started to come down. So what did I do? I reversed my position. Okay, reverse my position, starts to go down, I'm in profit, then it comes back up. So what do I do again? I reverse my position one more time. It goes up, then it starts to go down, so I reverse my position, and I'm thinking in my head, oh, I found a way to beat the system. It wasn't showing any negatives at the moment, but I didn't realize that the number that y'all see on the screen when you're trading, especially on TradingView, it's a little box, and then it's usually a green color if you're in profit and a red color if you're in the negative. So at one point it was a move down. I don't remember what move down it was, but it was a move down. It's probably this move down there. It's green and it says I was up like 500. I'm like, oh, I found a glitch. I don't know why they would let me do this. I found a glitch. I thought there was gonna be no repercussions, and it's green again. But I'm laying back and I come forward and I pay attention, and I see a minus, and I'm like, whoa, why does it say minus? And remember, I probably switched back and forth and reversing positions like 6 times just because we were in this chop, which if I would have just been patient, so you could see at 11 we had this move higher, but clear support. But either way, so I see that negative, and I'm like, in my head at first I'm thinking I'm in the green because the trade is going down. I see green color. I'm like, okay, I found what I'm gonna do from now on. I found the system, and what ended up happening was it said a negative. So I go check my trading panel and I check my P&L, and my P&L is just going down. It's like in the negatives. I'm like, why is my P&L going down if I'm in the green? I'm like, okay, no, I gotta close this. I closed the position. I lost about 1%. I'm like, damn, why did I do that? Why would I do that? And then I was so angry because before that I took one position with one contract, so I was down like $30. I was up 4% on the account for the week. 4% on the account. All I needed was 2%, and I would have passed that account. I would have been a funded trader. I just guess it wasn't my time. I believe God does everything for a reason, so he taught me that, so I wouldn't do it again. And like I said, I could have just stopped trading Thursday, but I got a little greedy. I said maybe I could get some progress and get closer to that point, but I was up 4%. I should have just stopped trading Thursday, waited till next week, and I would have been golden. Then I enter another trade trying to revenge trade and get my money back. Over leveraging, used 5 contracts, and you can see we were still in a chop, so then it ended up going in my direction. I'm up like $300, something like that, and then it reverses, stops me out, and at that point I had lost another 1%. So I lost 2% on this day off of just stupid decisions and stupid mistakes and doing stuff that I've never done before. So take that into consideration. And I also didn't take into consideration that we had a very big move this week. As you can see, we started up here and came all the way down here. By Friday, it was only right that it consolidated within a range. As you can see, we were within this range, and we're still within this range. So, and I think we're still gonna go lower because as you can see, we took buy side up here, and then we have these generated sell side liquidity. So if we come up next week and take out, like, say this level and they go lower, don't be surprised. But man, never do that. Just never do what I did. I know I'm confident I'm gonna get that money back. I'm gonna pass this challenge. I know that I'm a good trader. It's just, that was just stupid. I don't know why I did that, and I want you guys to really see. So even if I could get back in the replay and like, just look at this, look at the way this shit is printing. It was just nonsense. So I'm thinking at one point, if you look at this candle, I'm thinking at one point it's just, okay, we figured it out. I lost that much, like maybe an hour and some change into the market open, and man, it was just some big mistakes. So I want to show you the account. This is the account. As you can see, I'm still up 2%, but I was up 4% on the account. I was so close, man. I was so close. I was, look how close I am to that. But you can see, man, it's frustrating, but that is a crazy loss. This is a win from that day. I had lost a little bit before then, so I got it back then that next day. And as you can see, I have very good wins and very small losses, but there's those days where I have losses like this, and this is unacceptable. This can never happen again. Losing 2% in one day is crazy. But yeah, I just wanted you guys to see that I did get up to 2% above. Man, I was so close. I should have just stopped that day, and then boom, let me just wait till next week and see what happens. But this is what happens when you do stuff that you never do and you're not disciplined. If I would have just seen that, and I could have just stopped trading after, like, damn, I can't believe that happened, and I would have stayed 1%. I would have been up 3% at least, which is 1% more than last week. So I would have been in profit for the week. But now I'm back to basically a break-even week after all that progress I made just because of one stupid decision. And one stupid decision leads to many other decisions that are stupid. So make sure you watch out for that. It was the best week that I've had, coupled with one stupid decision, which made me have that week that I had now. But I want you to take that as something to learn from. I am using it as holding myself accountable and, you know, making sure I don't ever make that mistake ever again. I've never used the reverse feature, and I just decided to use it without really knowing what it does and how it affects my account, and that's what ended up happening. But if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and a comment, man. That was a crazy week and I was so mad at myself. So just please leave a comment, leave a like, let me know if anything like that's ever happened to you. If you're looking for a PC build, make sure you check out Tektronix. If you're looking for a broker, check out Hero Effects. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out. Man, that shit was stupid.